Hey there, Green Meadows families and friends, and welcome back to the next episode in Zooming In on Green Meadows. If you've been watching the facts this week, you know we have some incredible things that have happened to this person, including meeting a former president and also working on the set of 9 movies. Without further ado, here is today's interview with Mr. Dover. Hey, Green Meadows. Today we have Mr. Dover with us. Say hi, Mr. Dover.
Hi.
So, Mr. Dover, we've got some questions for you today. We had a lot of interesting facts about you this week, and I'm sure people are super excited to learn a little bit more about your background. And we all know you're a Kansas City fan, as we can see in the picture there. So with that, let's start off with just our basic question of what do you teach at Green Meadows? And did you teach or work anywhere else before this that might interest us?
Yeah, I work with English language learners here at Green Meadows. And before this, I'm in my 15th year of teaching. I kind of got into teaching a little late in life. I didn't start teaching until I was 40, but I had worked in a special ed teacher before. I had a job that's pretty similar to like what Mrs. Woods does here.
Okay.
I didn't do the job nearly as well as she does, but yeah. So I think this is my 15th year of teaching here. Yeah.
Very cool. You're just behind me. So
Right.
I got started a little bit earlier than you did, but nobody could tell. We both have 0 hair left and we act the same age. So it's okay.
Sure.
All right. So I learned this week that you happened upon a very famous person while at dinner one evening. Who is that? And before you answer, after that, if you had the chance to eat dinner with any celebrity or another famous person, who would you choose and where would you take them to eat? You don't really want to miss any of these videos, do you? You'll never learn the information if you don't click subscribe. And while you're down there, give us a like on this video.
Okay. Well, yeah, the story you're referring to is once I was at a restaurant, and this was quite a while ago. This would have been with 2004, and
Okay.
At the Democratic National Convention, they had just had they had some speakers that came on, and I think that was the year that John Kerry and George Bush was running for his second term. Anyways, Barack Obama had given a speech at the Democratic National Convention, and I was leaving work one day, and I just picked up a Newsweek back when they used to have newsstands in places, and
In the dark ages.
yeah, and the cover of the magazine was this guy that had given a speech at the National Convention named Barack Obama, and I went to a restaurant. I was going to meet my parents at a restaurant, and we were sitting in the restaurant, and I had this magazine in my backpack, and I saw this couple sitting like kind of on the other side of the restaurant from us, like, I think that's the guy that's on the cover of my magazine. You know, I didn't really know who he was or anything at the time. And this was before he was an Illinois state senator, before he was a president. And,
Okay.
and so he had just been elected for the U.S. Senate at that time. Anyways, so I kind of wanted to wait. I didn't want to go up and interrupt someone's dinner. So when after he had like paid his bill or whatever, they went to the bathroom and his wife had gone in, who I didn't know who she was either at the time, not realizing that was Michelle. Anyway, so when he was waiting for her outside the bathroom, I ran up there with my magazine. And I was like, yeah, that is the guy. And I asked him to sign the magazine. And he said, he asked me a couple questions, like, where was I from? And I told him I grew up in Kansas. And then he said his mother grew up in Kansas. So we kind of talked about that for a couple minutes. And
Very cool.
Michelle came out of the bathroom, and that was the end of our conversation. So, yeah.
Hey, couple minutes is better than nothing, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, I had no idea he was going to be president.
Right.
Day, so yeah. And then a famous person I'd want to eat with. I don't know. I guess I don't know. Obviously, I'm like very much into football and stuff.
Mhm.
I was a huge fan of the Chiefs, like from the time I was like a little child. So, like one of the original Chiefs, you know, Lenny Dawson, who was a Purdue grad, he just passed away a few weeks ago. But yeah, I think maybe like Lenny Dawson, maybe at a Kansas City barbecue restaurant, something like that. Gates is like one of my favorite restaurants in Kansas City. So,
That sounds like an excellent choice.
yeah,
All right. Very cool story and good selection on your person.
well, thank you.
Okay, this one's totally different. Which would you rather do? Wash the dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house?
Oh, mow the lawn. Yeah,
I,
put my headphones in, listen to my podcast, and kind of be on my own there. Yeah, it's mowing the lawn is like a peaceful thing for me for sure. So,
I agree. Hopping on the lawnmower for
yeah,
40 minutes just get you into your own little world.
yeah, definitely. So,
Okay. Kind of going back to senators. If you could create a new law that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
right, be polite, be nice to people. I just think people just get so tense all the time, and I don't know that you can make a law out of people's behavior necessarily like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think it'd just be a better place if all of us just chose to be pleasant with each other all the time, even like when we get angry, that we can kind of find diplomatic, nice ways to interact with each other. So,
I agree for sure. It doesn't do any good to yell at anybody. You just got to
no, no, it's,
handle your problems when they come. And, if you have a disagreement, you talk it out.
yes, I agree with that.
Have you seen all the cool Green Meadows gear that Mr. Dover wears around the school? He purchased many of those items from our BSN sports store. The link can be found in the description below. All of your support gives a little bit back to our Green Meadows school. Okay. So we know you're a sports fan. Baseball players have intro songs. I know this isn't a Kansas City Chiefs question. What song would you have as your intro song or walkout song?
Wow, I didn't expect that kind of question. Good job, Dan.
We try and surprise you.
Yeah, you did. I don't know. I guess if you're trying to get like pumped up or something, I don't know how many kids would know Metallica, but the Enter Sandman, that's a good one to kind of get you going.
That is an excellent choice.
Yeah, I hear a lot of, I think I probably wouldn't be original on that one. I think some other players have probably used that one before. But yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a college. I can't remember who it is that the whole stadium sings it and jumps up and down. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think like a college team. Yeah.
yeah, that's a quality choice. Okay. Um, we love you as a teacher, but if you were to open a new business, what would your business be?
Hmm. Just to open up a new business. Um, I don't know. I mean, as far as like a business, I don't know, maybe like a sports memorabilia or something like that, where you get to kind of just sit around and talk about just different teams you like and things like that, possibly. I don't know, I wouldn't mind having your job that you're doing over there. It's interviewing people. That sounds kind of fun. You get to learn interesting things about new people.
Yeah, you have a background in film, I heard.
Yeah. I worked as a production assistant freelance for a little while, and that was kind of like I've had a couple different careers, I guess, but I had worked in a few television stations and things like that, but I didn't get to do anything fun like you. I just sat behind a board pushing buttons. So
It's that's glorified what I'm doing right now. So we're the same. Okay, so that's all of the random questions I've got for you. Before I leave, is there anything that you'd like to say to the friends or families or community members that might be watching the video?
um, I just want to say, I think that you should appreciate where you are here at Green Meadows. You guys are lucky to be at such a great school. I tell people all the time, I kind of hit the trifecta here. We have great administration, great staff to work with, and fantastic kids. I really enjoy working with kids, and you and I work on do bus duty together. So we get to see the kids as they start their day and as they end their day. And, kids are always wanting to give you a high five or a hug or whatever, and it's just,
Oh yeah.
it's a great environment to work in. And I think we should all appreciate the space that we get to work in and the people we get to work with. So.
Well, that's awesome. Sticking with that, we appreciate having you in the building. You keep a smile on everybody's face, and you are definitely a great commissioner for our fantasy football league we have here. So, we just want to say thanks for participating in the interview today, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Well, I appreciate you giving me your time. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great night, Mr. Dover.
You too. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Nailed it.
All right. That was pretty quick and simple there.
Yeah, I like the answers. I'm glad I was surprising with a couple of them. So
yeah.
I do my best.
Yeah, the business one kind of is like, I don't know. I don't want to work.
Yeah, sit around and talk to each other.
Opening a business is hard work.
Yeah, I hear it. All right. Well, that's all we need. So we should be good to go.
Take care.
Thanks. See ya.